Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I'm Jeremy Robinson.
I'm Mike Nick. I'm fighting with my Dr. Pepper, and you start the episode.
Exactly. That's why I started it.
I figured.
So Mike normally opens it before, so it doesn't do the psh on microphone.
Yeah.
And it started fizzing up, so I started
So
it
I
while
just-
he was waiting for
I
it.
had to slow it down so it wouldn't, make a volcano.
Yeah. That's why the stare of intent.
But I do have a couple interesting things involving Dr. Pepper to talk about. One of them being when I was on the way here, as I stopped to get my Dr. Pepper, I go to the gas station near my place, like usual, and they have self checkout. They have a scanning gun.
Mm.
So I go, I move the gun, I hit it again, set the gun down. Apparently, because it has a stand, it pointed right at it.
And scanned it a third time.
A third time, fourth time. I'm looking, I'm like, that price doesn't seem right. I'm not spending that much. And then I look at it, I'm like, I realized that there was 4 Dr. Peppers on there. And then I watch, and I saw it go up. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, I'm not buying 9 Dr. Peppers. And so I had to, I figured out that a thing was pointing
Just
at
move to the next register.
No, I figured out how to decrease the number.
No one actually let you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which was a good thing. I didn't have to call somebody over because he was helping somebody, because it always happens to me when I go there. It seems like somebody else can get help from cashier, but me, I end up having to go to self-checkout. And he's like, oh, yeah, good, you're going to self-checkout because I have to do a drop. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm already here. You don't need to explain this to me. I'm already doing it. And then as I finish and I get my shit in a bag and I'm walking out, of course, the other cashier comes up and helps the person who came in after me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my life. But I saw a video where somebody was talking about Dr. Pepper and his conspiracy theory that Dr. Pepper was actually a combination of 2 things. And it's like 2 parts Coca-Cola and 1 part root beer. He says makes Dr. Pepper.
What?
2 parts Coca-Cola, 1 part root beer.
I can see how it might taste a little similar.
But he was saying that that's how the guy came up with the recipe for Dr. Pepper. And I don't buy it, but then again, I mean, why would I do that since there is Dr. Pepper? Why would I want to buy root beer and
it's
Coca-Cola
the same price
and mix them up? Because now I'm buying 2 sodas instead of 1 to come up with the flavor of 1 that already exists.
Well, but you would have to buy 3. So you mix 2 and 1.
Well, I'd have to at least have enough to make 2 parts of the Coca-Cola and 1 part of the root beer.
Yeah. So either way you would...
But I'm buying more than I would need to buy.
Yeah, and they're the same price.
Yeah.
So what was the point of the whole conspiracy? I don't understand.
Well, this guy who did the video I saw, he'd seen somebody else talk about it, so he wanted to try it. So he mixed them up and...
He was like, oh my God, it's just like this.
It's really close. Wow, it's like... Yeah. And he had, a Dr. Pepper and his concoction side by side. They were saying the way they come up with the 23 flavors is that the botanicals and stuff in the 2 different things, if you put them together, then yeah, it equals 23. But I'm guessing that Coca-Cola and root beer might have some of the same flavor things in it, so it wouldn't really count as...
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought this is just stupid.
Wow.
So, if somebody wants to try this and tell us how it tastes, that's fine. You can do that. But I'm not going to buy root beer and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not going to do it because have you seen how much sugar's in that shit?
No. There's sugar in this? I didn't know that.
He turns it so we can't see the ingredient list.
There's only a little bit.
Only a little.
Yeah.
Only 66 grams of sugar in that whole fucking bottle.
Huh. 66. That's a lot, yeah.
It's a fucking lot.
It also has 23 flavors. People keep asking me if I've tried the Dr. Pepper coconut.
23 of those are sugar. 22 of them are sugar. 1 is flavor.
I've been asked more than once if I've had the coconut Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, no, of course not. Because that would make it 24 flavors.
Yeah, I remember you saying that about one of the other flavors too.
No, it was 25 flavors of that because they put strawberry and cream. And that was a train wreck.
Maybe it was strawberry cream. That's one flavor.
Strawberry, cream. That's
Yeah,
two.
you mix it and then it's one ingredient.
Well, either way,
I know what you're talking.
it was a train wreck. I don't know how. There was actually a dark berry Dr Pepper that was delicious. They only had it one year and they took it away.
Sure, you can find one on eBay.
Yeah, no. They also had a black cherry Pepsi that was so good.
Black cherry Pepsi was really good.
I miss
Black
that.
cherry is a really good fucking flavor for drinks.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. I've tried those sparkling water things from Ice. It says Ice on the they have the different flavors. A long time ago, I had a pumpkin spice one that was actually pretty good. And more recently, I've had the Starburst ones.
I've seen a lot of those going around.
Well, they sell them at work now, so people buy them there. But I got mine. I bought 4 of them at Walmart at 97 cents each, rather than spending $2 at work.
Yeah.
And I got. I've tried strawberry. I've tried cherry. I haven't tried the lemon or the orange yet.
There's 0 sugar, but there's a lot of other dumb shit.
I know. But the
sucralose is one of the reasons I never tried them, because it was after I already stopped eating
the strawberry
sucralose.
was pretty good. But the cherry was kind of a disappointment.
So on the buying stuff at work thing, I don't understand, because I work in the same place these people do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that spend between $10 and $20 a day getting snacks at the beginning of the shift at that stupid little corner store shit.
Yeah, it's stupid. Every once in a while I'll get a snack there, but I don't do it every day. And
I used to buy something there every now and then, but it was only Arizona iced teas. I think twice I've got an energy drink there.
Yeah.
But it was normally only Arizona's, because they were $1, because it said $1 on the can.
Yeah.
So when they moved to the bottle and it was like $2.50, I left it on the register and I fucking walked out.
Yeah.
Like, nope, I'm not even putting it back, because fuck you guys.
See, last week, as you know, I like to drink Dr Pepper on some of the breaks. I don't always sometimes it's only on one break, sometimes it'll be on 2, but for the most part, they raised the price
Again.
Yeah.
Jesus
so what
Christ.
I did last week
$3.50 now
is I bought a 6-pack, like the 6-packs I usually buy, had it in my car. Then when I'd go inside to go to work, I would put a couple bottles in a bag, put it in the cooler. Then by the time the first break rolled around, if I wanted one, it's cold.
Yeah.
And I was paying less for that Dr Pepper than I would have bought it in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still, and then there's a lot of people that are like, I don't know why I don't have money. Like, bro.
Because you're spending it. Yeah. People don't realize that it adds up.
Quick.
Yeah.
Like $5 if you go to Starbucks, between $4 and $9 for coffee.
Yeah.
And then.
And some people do it every day.
Between $8 and $20 for a fucking meal. Some people have 2. And then like $10 to $15 on snacks. That's almost $50 fucking dollars for a shift.
Yeah. Every once in a while I'll pick up I'll get something to eat there, but not all the time.
That's almost 2 hours, including taxes. It's probably over 2 hours of the 11 and a half hours that you get fucking paid per day. That's mind-boggling to me. 20% of your fucking check goes to that day's consumption.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, so Nick, I won't say his last name, you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
One time was talking to me because he's like, I 99% of the time bring my own food.
Oh, I know.
And for a long time, because it's cheap and efficient, I would just bring sandwiches, like bologna or lunch meat, ham, whatever, and I would make the sandwiches at the table because I don't fucking care. So it was cheap and sustainable-ish. Like, I'd get bored of it after like 3 or 4 weeks and then switch to something else.
Yeah.
So one of the times, Nick comes up to me and goes, how much money do you save? I'm like, what?
On a whole?
With what? Like, there's no, like, were we in a conversation?
That you forgot about?
Yeah, like, I don't know where this is. I don't know where, like, what's going on here. He goes, bring your own food. Like, how much money do you save? I'm like, compared to me, none. I'm like, that's still a fucking not okay question to ask.
Yeah,
and then he's like, what? I'm like, well, compared to what I pay to bring, if I compare myself to myself, I don't save any money.
Yeah.
So who am I comparing it to? He goes, well, to me. I'm like,
A lot.
Okay. How much money do you spend on food for work a week? I'm like, you don't even have to answer that. How much money do you spend a month on food? And he's like, he thinks about it and like does some calculations that are terrifying. And is like, probably 200 to 300. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not. He goes, a week. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Like $200 to $300 a week. Like eating like Burger King, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A.
If I'm spending that much money per week on just food, I'm eating really good.
No, that's exactly. So that's what I was gonna get at. I'm like, bro, like he would go to Chick-fil-A. Like I drove him home a couple times, and he's like, yeah, like we'll stop. I'll get you something to eat for the ride home. I'm like, I mean, okay. So we get there. One of the times was Chick-fil-A, and he's like, he got like 4 sandwiches and like 2 chicken nugget things.
Yeah, he gets a lot.
And I was gonna get 1 sandwich. He's like, you want more than one? Like I'll get you whatever you want. I'm like, I mean, okay, I'll get 3. He's like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, yeah. So when he told me the 200 to 300 a week, and I'm like, bro, I'm mad if I fucking spend 300 a month on food. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, so if I make beef and rice is probably around $1 for, I don't know, like 5 to 8 meals worth of fucking rice is $1 of rice. Beef, this is also 2 years ago, so it was way fucking cheaper.
Yeah.
But I would get beef, like either tri-tip roasts, fucking whatever's on sale, between $2 and $4 a pound. And typically I eat between probably right around 3/4 of a pound per meal of meat.
Yeah.
So I don't know, what is that, like $3.50? Because the rice is almost fucking free at that point.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's less than $4 a fucking meal. And then if I do chicken, it was often $1 a pound when I was getting it. So now it's $1.03 per meal.
Yeah.
Compared to you're eating $22 a meal. How many meals a day? How many meals a month?
Yeah.
That's how much I'm saving. He goes, holy shit. I'm like, yeah. Like, that's a fucking lot of money, bro. A lot of fucking money.
I remember when he used to come in and sit at the same table as us before the shift, he would always go into the store and pick up like the pizza rolls and shit like that there.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least buy it. At least go to a grocery store. Get it at a grocery store. Then you're not spending so
much.
I mean,
and a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to make food. I'm like, that's fine. Like, not everybody knows how or learned how or like grew up doing whatever. Like, get a crock pot. You can't fuck anything up in a crock pot. Maybe fish. I actually want to try to cook salmon in the crock pot and see how it turns out.
Yeah.
But I've thrown half frozen or I've thrown fully frozen chicken into the crock pot with spices and sauces.
Yeah.
Hit go and gone to bed. And it was fucking perfect.
See, I've never actually cooked in a crock pot before.
I've
cooked in many other things, but not a crock pot. It's
one of the easiest things in the fucking world.
I use an Instapot.
I did that once with chicken and followed exactly the directions, and it came out a little undercooked, and I never used it again since.
I cooked a roast, I cooked some ribs, I cooked some other things, and they came out perfect.
That's good.
I even because if you go to a baseball game and you get hot dogs,
yeah,
they steam them. I cooked hot dogs in my Instapot. Even had the buns in there to get steamed too, like they do at the.
So it can all be soggy. Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm fine with steamed hot dogs.
Yeah.
Toast the fucking bun. I don't want a soggy fucking, like, I know the reason they steam them is so that when they're sitting out for hours and they start to get stale, it takes longer because they were soggy.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
But I gave it a try. It worked out.
Yeah, like.
I've also made spaghetti in it. Spaghetti, the sauce, the everything, all in the thing.
See, I'm a little weird with spaghetti. Like, so the first time I make it, I'm fine with having hot both. I make a lot at a time, obviously. But so most of the time I'll mix it together and then warm it up together. But I also like to have spaghetti sauce on the side, cold, to put onto steaming fucking hot noodles because I really like the contrast in temperature.
You mean steaming hot pasta?
Noodles.
Pasta.
Noodles.
Noodles are not pasta. Pasta is not noodles.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are. Look it up right now.
Pasta is Italian. It's prepared differently. Noodles are different.
Pasta versus noodles. This one says pasta versus noodles versus spaghetti.
Oh, shit. That's a battle royal right there.
This guy, I've always said pasta to refer to Italian-style wheat-based pasta, but noodles to refer to Asian-style rice. I asked a chef this recently. This is Reddit, so take it for how you will. I asked the chef this recently, and he was adamant that it's all pasta. Noodles are what children who don't know any better call it, which I can see. As a kid, I'd always ask for a bowl of noodles, not a bowl of pasta. However, I do think the distinction I use is helpful, and often packaging will say rice noodles and not rice pasta. This says, only strong opinion here is that the chef is wrong. I've argued, blah, blah, blah. Shapes are different, doughs are different. Sometimes they're filled, blah, blah, blah. So this isn't... Yeah, no. Because they're macaroni noodles. It's not macaroni pasta.
Well, just because people call it that doesn't mean that's what it is.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you.
What makes a noodle?
And first of all, they're not macaroni noodles.
What makes a noodle a noodle? A noodle is a type of food made from unleavened dough, which is either rolled flat or cut, stretched, or extruded into long strips or strings. So now let's look at what makes pasta pasta. Pasta is a type of food typically made from an unleavened dough of wheat flour mixed with water or eggs. Do you see that it's the fucking same? It has one different ingredient. It's still fucking...
Well, one ingredient in different...
type of food typically made from an unleavened dough.
But it's still one ingredient different.
Yeah, they're still fucking noodles.
Pasta.
They're still fucking noodles, Mike.
Pasta.
They're fucking noodles.
I will call it pasta.
I will die on this hill.
I will die. I will call it pasta till the day I die. I don't really eat noodles. I eat pasta.
The difference between pasta and noodles lies in the ingredients, processing used to make each. Pasta is made from a dough containing durum, wheat, and water, while noodles are made with water and flour that has been milled from common wheat. So it's a different wheat.
There you go.
It's still made with water and wheat. It is the fucking same thing.
It is not the same thing.
It is the same fucking thing.
Oh.
That's
Agreed.
like saying this isn't a pizza because it has sausage on it. It's still a fucking pizza just because it has different ingredients.
Well, I say
It's a thin crust. It's still a pizza.
I would say that...
it's not a flatbread now. It's still a fucking pizza.
I would say pizza with pepperoni on it's trash.
It's still a fucking pizza, though.
It's trash pizza, but it's pizza.
Still a fucking pizza.
Yeah, but trash pizza.
If you make the crust from wheat or cauliflower or whatever the fuck you want to make it from, it's still a fucking pizza.
Okay, but let me ask you this. What about an Impossible Burger? Is it still a burger?
No.
And I did see a video recently. This woman on there, she's like, why do everybody keep saying that hamburgers come from cows?
Oh, I just saw that video too. This lady's so dumb. Everyone knows ham comes from pigs. They're just trying to lie to you about everything.
Yeah. It's named after the place that originated the burgers. That's
ham.
It's like Hamburg. You know?
Hamburg, Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get how... There's a lot of those. Wait till she finds out about buffalo wings, you know?
Yeah, I think that was the end of the video.
Yeah. Or chicken of the sea.
Yeah. People are so dumb.
There's no chickens in the sea, first of all.
I mean, there can be. I'm sure there are. It might be at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's some things down we don't know. We don't know what's in the ocean. There's a lot of mysteries there. We can't get to it.
But we can go to space. We've gone to the moon, but we haven't gone fucking anywhere in the ocean. We went to the moon back when they had tin foil wrapped around a fucking camping tent. And it made it through the fucking... I still have a hard time believing that actually happened.
But I saw something where they had this... They were in the ocean. They were ways down. They the atmospheres and all that, and they had certain safety procedures they were supposed to do to, lock in the new shuttle for them to go back and forth and level out the pressure and all that.
Mm.
Somebody apparently had opened the door early, and pretty much, one person survived. Everybody else.
Holy shit.
And one guy, unfortunately, was next to the door.
And got sucked the fuck out.
Well, door wasn't. There wasn't a big enough opening.
Yeah.
So he got pulled to the door, and then like pretty much everything in him got pulled out of him.
Were those noodles? Or was that pasta?
That was noodles. But like everything in him just got pulled right out of him.
Did you ever play with Play-Doh as a kid? And you had like the squishy thing to make like the little strings come out?
I never had one, but yeah, I'd played with one before. But
are those noodles or is it fucking pasta?
It's Play-Doh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But they described it as being like a cartoon where like all of its organs were just pulled out like you would see in a...
I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's how Stavo rounds work too.
Yeah, so that was...
You know what that is?
No.
They're tungsten rods that are varying lengths, but normally like 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and varying diameters, but normally around 1/2 inch, 1.5 inch. And it's a tungsten rod.
Yeah.
That's the round. So it's fired at such a high speed that some people call this a myth. I don't know. I haven't fucking seen one, haven't used one. I've seen videos on it, and they've run studies on like the pressure differences inside, outside, and on the backside.
Yeah.
But so like a sealed up Humvee, sealed up like because they can't fully seal.
Yeah.
Shooting it through the door, and it'll suck out everything from the inside out a hole the other side this big.
Damn. And they were describing this as like somebody took out the lungs, the heart, all of that, and you just saw it like outside of the body.
Damn. Like all intact still.
Yeah. Like
Holy
I said, like
shit.
in a cartoon. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. It didn't go well for any of the people. I was surprised anybody survived, to be honest.
What happened to was obviously the guy that survived wasn't the one who opened the door.
No, but he was hurt very badly.
I would imagine.
But he made it. Yeah, I don't know how this ended up in my feed, but there was all sorts of these stories about people.
Did he have major depression?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was going to land immediately.
Yeah.
It's a pressure joke, everybody.
Yeah. But like they had another. I didn't watch the other video, but it had something to do with working on a pipeline in the ocean, and apparently the people got sucked into the pipeline.
I've seen the one of the dude. It was outside of a building, but it was like 10 feet in the ground, and they were working on repairing a pipe or like unclogging some shit. And he's like, "Oh, I can just." He reaches in and like kicks the obstruction, and then just gone
quickly.
Yeah, very like. Well, I hope somebody knows where to reach his family. Cause why?
Well, if he's in the plumbing, they might hear him go by.
Yeah, this isn't Mario's not in real life.
Oh. I thought maybe he'd get a mushroom and be able to get his way out.
Yeah. I would be surprised if he made it.
Have you ever seen the videos where people are too close to jet aircraft and they get sucked into the engine?
I haven't seen videos of people. I've seen like birds and fucking random objects.
Yeah, like the plane is on the ground. And
I would hope so.
Yeah.
If somebody gets sucked into a jet engine while it's in the air, there's a couple things that went wrong.
Well, it could have been, somebody doing that weather balloon thing again. I don't know if you saw about the guy who had the chair and he had weather balloons.
Yeah. And he fucking got lost and and his phone shut off because it was too cold.
I think I heard about it. He might not even had a phone. He might have had just a CB. I mean, it was a long time ago. But they ended up getting a long ways up there.
Yeah, one of them.
Like too far.
One of them just happened again recently, if it was a different one.
Yeah.
And he had a phone, he had a CB, he had a bunch of different shit. And it was like, he drifted off course. I'm like, okay, several things. Obviously, you're going to drift. You're going to you have 18 balloons above you.
You're in a lawn chair with balloons.
35 balloons. Well, however many fucking balloons. It was a lot.
Yeah.
You are not going to steer this.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Off course. Drift off course. Like he was surprised at both of those words and put them together.
Yeah.
Duh.
You didn't have a course. You were going with what the wind is taking you.
Duh.
Yeah.
Like that's what do you...
But did he end up in air traffic?
I don't know.
Because the guy who did it in the 70s ended up in fucking air traffic.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this guy got way the fuck up.
It was definitely two different people. Yeah. So no, this guy went like far enough up that like it was hard to breathe. He almost passed out, or maybe did at some point.
Yeah.
But like he was using his phone to like try to call somebody, or maybe a CB radio, or both, to like, hey, I don't know where I'm going, and this is my current location, and blah blah blah, and absolutely fucking dumb. Like I think it would be dope to do the spacewalk shit that like the Red Bull guy did of like skydive from up there. That's
Halo
dope.
Jump. Yeah.
I think it would be dope to like go in a hot air balloon for a ride with a hot air balloonist. Is there a word for that?
I think there is. I just don't know what the word is. But yeah, somebody who knows what they're doing and something that's designed to do that. A lawn chair and weather balloons are not designed to do that. They're not designed to take you into the air.
They're just called a balloon pilot. That's fucking balloon pilots out. Yep. Nope. Throw them away. They could have come up with a fucking cool name.
They have control of the gas that's going in it. They don't just fill it full of helium and say, all right, let's go.
They don't fill it full of any helium.
I'm talking about the guy with the chair.
Oh, okay.
He fills it with helium.
Yes.
The hot air balloon, like I said, they can control the hot air.
Yeah.
And then it can do ways to decrease your height. There's not, I guess you could take a pellet gun and shoot balloons.
Just take a dart gun.
Oh shit, I did too many.
I'm sure it'd happen.
Oh yeah.
Well, and
so I recommend people don't try this.
I don't know.
Just because you heard us say it, and just because they did it on King of the Hill.
I don't know if you know this, but if you get far enough up, balloons pop by themselves.
Oh yeah. Well, these are designed to go up high. They're the weather balloons.
Yeah.
But they did it. They tried it on.
A lot of the people that just like, oh, I'm going to try this, don't have those.
They tried it on King of the Hill, and of course that's an animated show, so things are different there. But he's going up, and Bill falls out, and then he's hanging upside down as the thing's just floating. It doesn't go very high though. It was great.
That's great. I don't remember that. I don't think I've seen that episode.
And of course, Dale, the member of the gun club, he's like, I'll shoot him down, and he, of course, misses every shot. He was talking about what happens, what kind of disorder you can have from going up too high. He's like, well, if that happens, I'll put one in your chest. At that, I don't think he'd be able to hit him with a revolver.
Wow.
From that altitude. I mean, that's a ways up there when you get that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But I love that show. Apparently, they are going to be doing. They put it in the works to do another, like a part 2. It's not a reboot, but it's like Bobby's older now. Hank's older.
I don't even think it's a Wish.com Bobby. There's a Bobby at our work.
Oh, I know.
Interesting.
Yeah. But he doesn't sell propane and propane accessories.
You don't know what he does in his spare time.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I would be interested to see like how that goes. That it's nice that they're finally not going to do a reboot of something. They're going to like.
But originally they were going to bring the show back.
Yeah.
And then people are like, no, it's not going to carry over anymore. People won't like it because. And then people are complaining about the boss, Buck Strickland, being a womanizing gambler.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they didn't paint
people
him
will
in a good
complain
light.
About everything.
They didn't paint him in a good light. It's not like they made him like a hero on the show. And there's also Boomhauer. That guy.
Yeah, he was an absolute, like, one, they were all drunks. But Boomhauer was just like nothing.
He was a ladies' man.
Yeah, goddamn man.
Yeah, I actually saw a show a long time ago. They were talking about how he came up with that voice, and it was kind of, using a combination of something and then also CB talk. So, because it almost sounds like you've got a bad connection on CB, and that's what his voice came across as. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, look forward to King of the Hill. What are they going to call it?
I don't even know, but it's I guess one of the people who does one of the voices, she was talking about it. The voice of Bobby, and apparently it's going to come out in 2025.
Wow, that's semi soon.
Yeah, but it's going to be on Hulu, so they'll probably fuck it up like they did Futurama.
Probably. A lot of streaming services are pretty good at fucking stuff up.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing they didn't have Mike Judge on board. He's a creator. He's created a lot of things. If you look him up on IMDb, holy shit.
It sounds super familiar. I know from King of the Hill, but
he did King of the Hill, Office Space. He did Beavis and Butthead. I mean, there's a lot of stuff he did.
Has he done anything recently?
I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. I know I've seen his name in credits, but I can't think of what it was.
I'll have to check.
But Office Space is a good movie.
Well, Office Space was great.
He's cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm going to
burn this building down if I don't get my stapler back.
Might just swing lane. Yours is Boston.
All right. Well, talk to you next week. Goodbye.